So basically, after that last year in Huntsville, I was in '07. After that last year, it's like I came back home, and then it was just one of those things that it just seemed like there was no real interest, and I had a bad winter ball season. And then I came back, and then all of a sudden my agent was like, "Well, we got a place in York." And I was like, "Man, where is York? I don't even know where that's at. I have no idea what was going on with it." And then all of a sudden it was just like, well, okay, I'm gonna go there and just try it out. And they said that's the independent league where a lot of guys go there, get signed out, and get back. So it was one of those things where it was a good try for me to go out there and do that. So I tried it out, and now I live there now, and it's just that's the story. And it's like it's a weird situation, but it was a good one. You know what I mean? I got there and I struggled a little bit, and then I met her, and then all of a sudden it was just like everything changed, and life's been different ever since, so I can't complain at all.
Yeah, with her being your
Angela,
bride.
yes, my wife Angela, you know.
We met through a friend, actually, someone who had known Corey from when he played in Delaware.
Yeah.
Who then worked for York, and I became friends with him when I moved back to York, and he said, "Oh, I know this guy who plays for the team, you should meet him, you guys would be great together." So.
And then ever since then, you know what I mean, she didn't like me at first too much, you know what I mean? You know, and she didn't like me at all, but you know, it was one of those things that it's like I grew on her, and so it's next thing you know, it's just like we couldn't spend any day, I couldn't be in York without being with her. So it was like, you know what, every time we were at home on a homestand, I'd be with her at the homestand, and then she'd come on the road sometimes here and there and just come to see me play, and I was like, well, this woman loves baseball, she loves to watch SportsCenter and hang out and have a good time. I was like, what more do I want, you know what I mean? And then next thing you know, it's like near the end of the season, and then she asked me, she was like, well, what do you want to do, you know what I mean? And it's like, what are we going to do about the situation? I was like, I thought I was just going to stay, you know what I'm saying? And so we figured out that we're going to stay there, and then next thing you know, we started looking for a house, and we got a house, and we ended up getting married, and that's what she wrote, and now we're living that journey. So it's been good.
I grew up in York, then I went to school in Pittsburgh, California University of Pennsylvania, where Corey's currently going to school.
Taking classes.
Then I moved to DC and had a job there, and it just got way too expensive. So then I ended up moving back home.
How much of a difference does it make for you that you know that you're going home to your wife at home after your game?
No, that's a great feeling because it makes it easier to deal with certain things. You know what I mean? The stuff that happens in the games that like giving up runs, the losing the games, different things like that. It makes it a lot easier because I know that when I go home, I have her, we have our dog. We're there. We know we get to go home and stay in our bed, and I get to go to my house. You know what I mean? And go in there and do things that are normal in the off season and that people don't get a chance to do when they're away from their families, like they're playing here in York now. You know what I mean? Most of the guys, they're like, it seems like it's like almost like a summer vacation. For me, it's still, and yeah, I do have to take out the trash. I still got to mow the yard. I still have to do things like that, which is fine. I still have to do the household chores. But I wouldn't have it any other way, man. There's no better way to do it than if you can just be at home and be able to live a normal life like you normally do and still be able to go play baseball in the evening time. So it's a positive. I really think it's a really big positive.